Joining us this morning, some of the cast and crew from the Addams Family, a new musical at Colestock Auditorium, June 26th, 27th, and 28th. Let's meet some of the folks. Abby, we'll start with you. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Abby Preston. I'm directing the musical.
I'm James McGinnis. I'm playing Gomez Addams.
And I'm Noelle Rasman, and I'm playing Morticia.
Excellent. Well, welcome. Nice stash. That's great.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to get rid of it.
Now, that's what, Abby, I'm sure it would have been easy to say, hey, we could maybe put a fake one on and take it off every day. But, James, you really wanted to get into this role, right?
I did. I've worn fake stashes quite a few times, and they make me break out, and it's just not fun, and they start lifting off at the worst moments.
Yeah. All right. Well, good job committing to that. So that's great.
Thank you.
Abby, as a director, kind of walk us through, when did you first know that Addams Family was going to be the production this summer, and when did you get involved?
The Titusville Summer Theater announced it, I think in, October, November, sometime November.
Yeah.
And
yes.
So I applied right away. I was really excited. I helped last year and was ready to take it on. And yeah, I think I found out that I was chosen like at the end of November, and then we got started right away. So I've been singing it in my sleep for, I guess, 7 months now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's, just out of curiosity, what do you do? What are the first steps when you find out that you're directing a show? Is it learning as much as you can about it, getting a script? How does that process play out?
Yeah, getting a script, reading it. I at first watched a few YouTube of the musical because there are so many iterations of the Addams Family out there, but the musical is like kind of its own. So I watched that a little bit. I went to some local productions that were doing it, but then after a little bit of that, to like just understand the show better, I put it away so that I could do my own show and have my own ideas for what was going on. You don't want all that clouding it.
Yeah.
So once that was there as a reference, I just kind of started diving into ours and how ours would look.
That's great.
Yeah.
So James, Noelle, when it came time to auditioning, obviously you must have been excited about doing a show like this. What's the process for you? Is it, I hope to get this, a certain role, or I just want to be part of this process? It doesn't matter what part I get, I just want to be part of it.
For me, I just wanted to be a part of it. I would have been happy with any Addams role, truly. Like, I've always considered myself a part of their family. So that's what I wanted,
How about you, Noelle?
I definitely was going for Morticia and wanted her. She's been a dream role of mine for a while, but I would have been happy being anyone. This is such a fun show. The ancestors have such a cool role in this. All of them actually have their own little backstories. We've posted them on social media if anyone wants to go and read everyone's little blurb for their favorite ancestor. But it's really cool. Was it Sarah that came up with all of the backstories
our
for
costumer
everyone?
Sarah Cherry came up with backstories for all the ensemble.
Wow.
Yeah, the ensemble in this show is the Addams Family is, every year they say hello to all of their ancestors. So they go to the graveyard and they like kind of say hello to them for a while, but they kind of get stuck out in the world of the living for a while. So all of the ensemble are Addams Family members from different eras. So we have like a caveman Addams all the way up to like a 80s rock star Addams and everything in between for like the different periods of time and fashion periods. So our costumer was really, and the whole team was really enjoying, building all these different eras. Mm-hmm. Normally a show you're like this, like last year The Music Man, you were like, okay, 1912 Iowa, everyone has to dress like they're from 1912 Iowa, but which is fun in its own way, but this was cool to get to sample all the different fashion from history.
So I was going to ask, Noelle, I'll ask you first. So you hear Addams Family, do you think TV show, do you think like movies? How is it different? How's this show different from what maybe the public knows of the Addams Family? I mean, because that sounds like that would be a different aspect.
Yes,
definitely. I mean, I probably would think of the 60s show first because that's what I grew up watching as a kid. I feel like parts of this show are very true to the Addams Family, but it definitely is its own thing. There's a bit in the storyline that is different than what the audience would be expecting. And I think that makes it more fun.
Yeah. The Addamses are normally the family facing some kind of outside problem that comes in, like a normal person that infringes upon
Right.
their weird. But this one is a little bit more of like interpersonal, which we don't get to explore very often in the other versions of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, for you, what's this process been like?
This process, being the chairman of Summer Theater, it started pretty early for me. And, I was involved in talks about making the set and things like that. But I really was able to delve into it once I, figure out who I was going to be. Thanks to you. But, yeah, I just went through and rewatched things I'd already watched, took notice of things that, like, oh, I could make that happen. I could make that a thing for our production, I'm sure. And, yeah, just building a character around that.
Abby, as director, you have to have your hands like in everything. Is that a fun process for you, that creative part, and saying, boy, I'm envisioning for this scene, I want this, and then knowing that somebody's going to have to put that together?
Yeah, but it's also super fun. So yeah, I had like a Pinterest board to start and we had a lot of design meetings with the costume team, the set design, the set dressing, the props people, like everything, and they're all amazing. So for them to have like a framework to work from, but then also they came to me with a lot of ideas of their own too, of like, hey, I think this would be fun. And it's come together. I hope that it's like everybody's, I think everyone is proud of what they've done too. It looks cool.
Even on the makeup side, we were talking before coming on,
Yeah.
that's going to be an incredible look. So
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Yeah, we have Caleb Lewis, who has been on television for doing makeup, working on all of the makeup for the most part. Anybody that's ghostly, he makes them ghostly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. They look amazing.
Talk about
ghoulish.
Ghoulish. So talk about some of the other cast and crew involved. How many folks are involved with Summer Theater this year? Quite a few?
I've been wondering what the number was.
The cast is like 50, around 50.
Wow.
Yeah, there are 27 of those ancestors, and then everybody else too. And we have, there aren't a lot of kid roles because ancestors aren't really kids. But we have 6 amazing puppeteers that are bringing to life other elements of the Addams family household, which is so cool to see. That looking at the puppets and watching them there are many things that are worth the price of admission alone, but that's one of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super cool.
Can we just see the show now? Because
Right?
this is very, very exciting. Almost, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Does it feel like it's come together? Or is it like a typical theater production where it's like the night before you're going, I don't know how this is going to work, and then
No, we're ready. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we're ready.
it's
It's
ready.
ready. Yep.
Okay. James, kind of talk about what does it take to get everybody together? Because you rehearse in one area, right, and then you finally have access to the stage. So you come to the stage and you got to rework, the space there. I know that's a lot of fun and everybody's professional and can get it done. But what's that process like, just to go through all of that?
It's not always the smoothest, I will tell you. But we have a great time along the way, and we make it all work. There's always a period of readjustment, like, oh, we blocked this here and it made sense there, but now we're on the stage and seeing where the audience is, and I can't see half of them. So, like, we've got to reconfigure that. But once you're on the stage, you can really start to explore who your character is, and by then you're really learning lines. So things just sort of take the shape that they're supposed to at that point.
Noel, when it comes to, and Abby mentioned, getting people's thoughts into the production, but when it comes to your character, did you have ideas coming in of how you wanted to bring this character to life, or were you kind of listening to what Abby was saying and reading what the script was saying? How do you bring that character to life yourself?
I would say it's a little bit of all of those things. Definitely trying to channel some of my favorite Morticias. So definitely thinking about like the 90s movies and the 60s show for sure. But 100% taking Abby's advice because I smile way too much to be Morticia. So it's been a bit of a challenge kind of being more stoic and being expressive in other ways. So
Well, because if you're familiar with the Addams family, I mean, the situations are sometimes ridiculous, right? And and you're, I mean, I know you're looking at James and that wonderful mustache, but to not smile as he's probably delivering a line must be challenging.
Oh, yeah. And he has some really funny lines, too.
Okay. So, Abby, did you find yourself saying, okay, don't smile, play,
And they do smile, but it's just in such a different thing
Yes.
than we would, and maybe not a full tooth. Like she's got a lot of like those like smiles.
Yes.
But yeah, it was really fun to get everybody kind of channeled in on when we do express joy or smile, let's make it really worth it, like for the audience too.
That's great. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. The Addams Family, a new musical, June 26th, 27th, and 28th at Colestock Auditorium. How new's the musical?
2010, I think, is when it was on Broadway. So not anymore. It's not that super new, but
Yeah. But
This is the name.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, first time here, though.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, very exciting. Abby, going back, you find out you're directing, you start putting all these pieces together. When was the first rehearsal?
We had auditions in the middle of April, and then
Okay.
the first rehearsal for most of the cast was like May 4th. So it's been less than 2 months.
Wow. Wait, is that fun going through that process when somebody comes in and auditions and you're like, oh, okay, that's an interesting take?
Yeah, for sure. And people came in with some ideas as far as the ensemble of like what era their ancestor might be from, and different things like that. So there was a lot to consider this year with, even like, okay, it's not 25 of you in the ensemble. We also have to give you roles too. So it was really fun to kind of think about all of that alongside the rest of the team too. Yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of directing? Is it this part of it? Is it show night? Because I'm sure once you get to the show,
My job's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited right now because I just get to enjoy things now for the most part. There's a few things to do before tomorrow, but watching them and watching how it came together, and I just like when I'm watching, like last night at rehearsal, I just was beaming with pride for each person. So like there would be a moment where the costumes would look amazing, and I was just so happy for our costumer Sarah Cherry and her team, Julia Brown, and others. And then the next moment you're really excited about the music and how great they sound, and that's our music director is Ryan Carter and vocal coach is Amy Spizzato from the Roxano Conservatory, and all the pit. So there's just whenever something like kind of swells up that is really cool, I just am excited for our team too.
That's a pretty impressive team.
Yeah, Marissa Gale did the props. Megan Seawalk did the set dressing, like getting all of the. Their house is a museum, like they say in the opening. She has a lot of really cool things. And Tyler Brown designed the set and built it. For the first time this year, he built it off-site and then hauled it in because it was too involved and too massive to wait until we were able to get into the high school to build. So it was actually completely constructed in a warehouse and then brought in pieces to the school and rebuilt.
That's impressive.
It's amazing.
It's
yeah.
so good.
Wow.
Excellent.
The actors needed it day one when we got to the high school because it is so cool.
Huh.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's amazing.
All right. Well, I'm just going to go there now to the auditorium
We'll
because
give
I'm
you a
excited to
tour.
watch it. Yeah, no, I just want to watch this thing.
Yeah.
Noel, for you, what's your favorite part of this process?
My favorite part probably will be opening night for me because all of our hard work is done. We just get to enjoy everything and have fun and just enjoy the characters and interact with the audience for the first time and have people laugh at our jokes.
So,
not just sit there.
without giving anything away, do you have a favorite scene?
I'm trying to think if I can say it without giving anything away. I do, but I don't know if that would maybe spoil the end of the show or not.
You're going to have to go to the show.
Yes, definitely.
James, for you, favorite part of this whole process, and then maybe a favorite scene without giving something away.
My favorite part is kind of weird. It's not opening night. I don't so much like those things. I get like a little bashful about like, oh, you saw me doing that. Oh God. But I really like the rehearsals and, working a scene once we're off script and being like, okay, this went well. This didn't really feel true to things. How do we fix this? And a person in the cast who's really great about doing that with me is Jeremiah Shepard. And my favorite scene is the one that I have with him. Definitely.
Okay.
It's so fun.
I think, there's, again, so many aspects. We talked about going from, rehearsing to, making it back on stage and kind of remapping what you're doing. But then you're thrown like, okay, here's your costume. All right, well, now how am I going to move with the costume? Now here's the makeup, or here's props. So you sort of build these challenges along the way. And again, that's got to be fun.
Yes.
Yes. Not without its pitfalls, but yes.
Yeah. It was definitely an experience figuring out how to dance in the Morticia dress. Because I have a long train.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's tight, too, along your legs. But, yeah, you figured it out.
And I thought I was safe, but I had a pants blowout happen the first night with costumes. So extra measures had to be taken with my pants.
Good thing it's all taken care of, right?
Yes.
Come see the show. You never know.
You never know, right. So talk a little bit more about the music. Because obviously a new musical, people may not be familiar with this. What's the music like?
Well, it starts out with what you're expecting, and it just gets crazy from there.
Okay.
Yep.
Will the audience be engaged? Will they be? Do you think it'll be hard for them not to sing along to that or snap, or you want them to snap?
I would love them to snap. We're ready.
All right.
Yep. Bring them into the Addams family from the first moment. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And the rest of the music?
There's a lot of different styles of music too. There's some like you have some really big production numbers. Well, yeah.
Each character kind of has their own sound, though.
They do.
Like, you've kind of got that Broadway sound to you. Like, Gomez is, like, Latin, Spanish. Wednesday is a very, like, new Broadway, like, pop sound.
Yeah, Morticia has, like, the classic Broadway sound of, some of those. Yeah, yeah.
Which is why I think Taylor went so Fosse with the choreography.
Yeah, our choreographer is Taylor Nelson, and she had different dancing styles in mind for every character's kind of to match their personality, so it's really cool.
So we talk about like the cast auditioning, but Abby, do you bring in these folks that are working on choreography, music, just to meet together and say, "Here's my vision." What's your okay? So you guys had meetings before you brought in the cast?
Yeah, yep. And we started building the team. There were some people that were, have been there since I've been there since November. We had a pretty full team by March. With everybody that's been like leading all of the different charges for the show.
Wow.
So we've been meeting and just kind of touching base, and everybody's been working on their own. It's really cool.
That's great. All right, the show, The Addams Family, a new musical, June 26th, 27th, 20th. Can you get tickets in advance? Should you get tickets in advance, or can you get them at the door?
I'd recommend getting them ahead of time. Through Cure 8, that's C-U-R, the number 8, we sell our tickets, and it's a pretty easy interface. So you can get them in advance. You can go to the United Way if tech's not your thing. They'll help you out. Those people are great. Or you could get them at the door.
Okay. Curtain opens at what time?
7:00. If you're coming tomorrow and you want to sit on the floor, get your tickets online because they are almost sold out.
That's fantastic. Yep. All right. James, we want to thank you, too, by the way, for generating a great local meme, apparently. I don't know if...
oh, no!
So, I mean...
Yes. My face does its own thing all the time. I was like, oh, God.
We're here to make new memes today.
Yes, and that's fantastic. But congratulations. This sounds like it's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss the Addams Family at Colestock Auditorium. Break a Lake. This sounds absolutely incredible. So get there and enjoy it.
So excited.
All right, 7:00, all 3 nights, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
That's great. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. I feel like you should sing or snap or something on the way out here. We'll take it. Hey, thanks.